So my name is Faye, and today I will be teaching you a beautiful restorative yoga flow. So first, we will be doing our 2/4 Surya A's. Let's start in Tadasana, mountain pose, and as we inhale, let's lift our hands up and look up and enjoy the sunshine. And exhale, bring our hands down to the side. Then let's inhale again, hands up, and as we exhale, bend forward to our forward fold, Uttanasana. Then halfway lift, put our hands on our shins or wherever we can to have our back flat and our tailbone out. And again, inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Beautiful. Now let's take a cleansing breath and bring our hands to heart center. Our intention today is grace, inspired by my lovely mother, Violet. Grace is a virtue that is important for us to practice in our lives, as it can bring us inner peace, joy, and gratitude in many moments. So thank you for practicing with me. Now we'll start our classical Surya Namaskara C. First, let's bring our hands down into Tadasana and inhale, hands up, look up. Exhale, come forward to forward bend. Lift up, halfway lift. Then let's take our hands to frame our feet and let's step our left foot back to low lunge. Untuck your foot, place your hands on your hips. Do a few dynamics here, forward, back, to open up those hips. Perfect. Then let's lift our hands up. And let's hold this pose. Then bring our hands down, frame our feet, step back into plank, lower down, lower our knees down, and then lower our chin, and chest down. Let's push our feet back, have the top of our feet on our mat, and let's lift up into Cobra. And let's push to tabletop, then downward facing dog. Now let's bring our right foot, lift it up, step it forward, into low lunge on the other side. Bring our hands to our hips, do a few dynamics here, and then let's sweep our hands up, hold a nice strong low lunge, bring our hands back down to our hips, and then let's place our hands. Thank you. Okay, so please step back into plank. Lower knees down. Then our chest and our chin. Send our feet back. Press up into Cobra. Then let's lower down, go back to tabletop, and send our hips back and up into downward dog. Now let's look at our hands, walk our feet forward. Halfway lift or half forward bend, then all the way down to standing forward bend. And on the inhale, lift our hands up, hook up, and exhale down. Beautiful. Now let's prepare for our Prasarita Pundasana, our wide-legged forward fold. Let's start at the center of our mat, facing each other, and I'll mirror you. So let's bring our hands up by our chest and jump out to a 5-point star. Let's make sure we turn our toes in for stability. And let's bring our hands to our lower back. Then let's inhale in, create length, and exhale as we go down. And now let's put our hands on our mat, directly under our shoulders, and continue to awaken the arches of our feet as we root through the big toe and press the outer edges of the feet. We can walk our hands back towards our heels and bring our head towards the ground to feel the release in the backside body. One more breath, and as we transition, let's bring our hands to our hips, belly button to the spine, root and rise. Okay, so let's heel toe it in. And let's meet back at the top of our mat. And with our feet together, we'll step the left leg back. Directly straight back. Oh, no. Let's step it forward. Let's meet at the center of our mat again. Okay, so bring our hands up, jump out to 5-point star. And this one is the part I'll mirror you. So let's take our left foot, point it straight, and let's have our right foot pointed 45, and so our toes are facing, our left toes are facing the front of the mat. Low battery. Okay. And extend our arms out. Let's bend that right or left foot towards our left pinky toe. Feel that stretch. Strong warrior 2, and let's come up, let's lift up, and let's go to the other side and turn our right foot towards the back of our mat. Let's have our left foot
the wind. You got it?
Yes. Sorry. Warrior 2 on this side. So we have our right foot and our right foot facing towards the back of our mat, our left foot 45-degree angle, and our right knee towards our right big toe. Look over our hand and lift up. Place our hands by our hips and heel toe it in. And let's meet back at the top of our mat. For extended angle. extended angle. So we're going to get into this by, let's bring our hands down, get into downward dog. Let's take the left foot up, bring it through, place it down, and let's lift, place our hands on our hip, or let's make sure we have a strong foundation, place our hands on our hips, lift up, lift that back foot up, the right foot, and angle it 45 degrees. Then let's lower, and we have our hands out like this. We could take a block.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. For a modification, we're going to have our block on the side of our foot. And hands out. Let's have our one arm up and one arm pressed against our left knee. And let's lift back up. Hands on our hips. Let's turn the other side. So turn the back leg in, get the block and adjust, and turn our right leg facing towards the back of our mat this time. Have our left leg 45 degrees. Bend that right knee, have our hands straight out, and let's go down. We can have one hand up, our left hand, lifting up, lifting the chest up and looking up. Beautiful. Let's lift back up. Straighten our legs, place our hands on our hips, and heel toe it in. Now let's do our fun sun salutation A. Let's start at the front of our mat into Tadasana. Inhale, up, and exhale. We come forward all the way down to standing forward bend. Then let's lift up a little to half forward bend. Then go release, put our hands framing our feet. Let's step back to plank. And we could take our chaturanga, whatever that may be for us. Let's lower all the way down and push up into upward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's now roll over the tops of our feet and push our hips, send our hips up to downward facing dog. Now let's look up to our hands, walk our feet forward. To meet our hands, half forward bend, standing forward bend all the way down, and Tadasana. Inhale all the way up, and exhale. Release our hands down. Now, let's start at the top of our mat to prepare for pyramid. With our feet together in this one. Let's take our left leg, step it back 3 feet. Let's have both of our, adjust ourselves, and to have both of our feet facing forward, place our hands on our hips, square the shoulders, and bring our hands behind us into a prayer pose, or grab your elbows. Inhale, create length. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale up to rise, root and rise. Release our hands, step forward. Now let's step our right leg back. Adjust ourselves, have our feet both parallel facing forward, square, put our hands on our hips, square the shoulders, bring our hands back into prayer, or grab those elbows, keep those legs straight and strong. Inhale, create length, and exhale, let's bend down. Inhale, we root and rise. Let's release our hands, step forward, and let's go all the way down. Frame our feet, step back into downward dog. Let's lift our left leg, bring it forward to the outside of our left hand for lizard. Let's lower our right leg down. We press through the feet, keep both hips level, hug thighs towards the rib, relax and engage the core. And we could use our block or we could stay on our hands to feel this stretch. Our head is in line with our spine. And we take a few breaths. Now let's lift back up into runner's lunge. Take that left foot back into plank. Now let's take our right leg and let's bring it forward to the outside of our right hand. Let's lower that left leg down and we feel the stretch just like on the other side. Okay, let's lift up. Sweep our leg back into plank. Let's walk our feet forward. Let's take one cleansing breath. Beautiful. Now let's find our way into a seated position. We can have fun here. Let's lower down and try to just roll on our back. To find that seated position to start our back bends. We'll do a preparatory posture first, which is glute bridge. So let's lie on our backs and our knees, bend our knees, have them a few inches away from our hips. Let's turn our big toes in. Inhale, we create length and ground through our feet, and we exhale, push our hips up. If we can, we clasp our hands right underneath us. Release our hands in one vertebrae at a time, we lower down. Now that we're warmed up, let's take our hands, place them next to our ears, having our elbows up to the sky. And this one, we're going to do wheel. So let's send our hips up and use our arms and our core and our legs to push our whole body all the way up. And let's lower down one vertebrae at a time. Perfect, beautiful. You just relax there.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Now, please join me in our Tadasana. Let's use our core to lift ourselves up. We'll have our feet straight in front of us, stretched out. Let's place our hands next to our hips. And let's flex our feet towards us, Dandasana. Now we're gonna twist to both sides. So take that left hand, plant it firm on the ground. Take our right hand, stretch it up to the sky, and let's stretch. Let's look up and stretch, having our palm facing towards the ground. Feel the stretch in the right side body. Let's come back to center. Lower our hand down and have our right hand planted firmly on the ground this time. Take our left hand up to the sky. Inhale, create length. Exhale, we stretch over to the right side. Follow our gaze. Come back to center. Lower both hands down. Now let's face each other, adjust ourselves to face each other for this one. for wide-legged forward fold. We have our legs out wide. And let's lift our arms up. Inhale, we create length. Exhale, we bring our chest forward and go forward. Reaching as far as we can. Beautiful. Now we lift back up, bring our hands up or walk them back up, and we release them to the side. Now we bring our legs back in, turn to facing forward, and relax down for our Savasana to integrate our beautiful, graceful practice of gratitude. We'll continue our Savasana after the video, but for now, let's lift up. Come into a seated Namaste.
Thank you, Faye.
Thank you.